Hi guys, the problems Brexit causes seem to grow by the day, and one of the fundamental issues with being outside the EU and the single market is that as rules, regulations and standards change, if you want to sell into the EU or the single market, you need to meet those requirements. Steel is extremely important to the economy as so many items use it, but it's very carbon intensive and the EU wants to use a carrot and stick approach to the importation of steel. This comes in the form of a carbon tax. It will impose this tax on imports linked to carbon emissions in the countries of origin. As the United Kingdom is outside the EU, the carbon tax will make stuff like steel, aluminium and electricity more expensive to export. Almost 50% of UK steel production is exported, with 75% of it going to the EU. Now the government faces a bit of a dilemma. If it doesn't help the Chinese companies who produce the steel in the United Kingdom to decarbonise, they risk pulling out. If they do subsidise, it will cost an absolute fortune and not necessarily protect jobs. This comes as news of 2,000 job losses at Scunthorpe. Here our union representative talked about the problem.
I think a lot of the electric arc furnace approach and the feed that our mills need will still require us to import carbon heavy steels into the UK. We're just offshoring our carbon responsibilities, and with that offshoring the jobs that come with them. There is a long-term plan to be able to decarbonise the steel industry, and all the unions accept that the industry does need to be decarbonised. In fact, we've been lobbying the government to take decisive action on this for a number of years now. I'm afraid that these decisions that are now being made are short-termism in the worst degree, and will not secure steel making for the future, not in any real scale to what we see today, and will also help potentially put at risk the UK's ability to make virgin steel on our shores.
And of course, the importance of steel, as she pointed out here, you need to be able to produce it in the UK. It's a fundamental part of the economy. It needs to be protected, but that protection comes at a cost. Now, this is, of course, as a result of Brexit. The EU is imposing restrictions, a tax, if you wish, on imports, and as the UK is no longer a member of the EU, it's been treated like any other third country. So when Brexiteers talk about Brexit benefits, what are they? Because this is a cost, a massive cost for British industry. And this is the UK taxpayer compensating a foreign company to produce steel in the UK, which is to be exported into the EU. If the UK was still a member of the EU, we wouldn't be talking about this. This is a direct Brexit cost. Now, when it comes to the rules and regulations, if the UK was still a member, it would be writing the rules. It would be deciding what sort of punishment there is for third countries. We're still waiting for Brexit benefits. We're still waiting for someone to say this is an actual advantage of being outside the EU. But while we're waiting for that, British industries are struggling. British industries are moving up operations abroad, or we have companies like what's happening here who are putting their hand out, asking the taxpayer to compensate them to upgrade their facilities in order to avoid some of these taxes. It's absolutely ridiculous. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.